Hey everyone. Um, Sorry this took a few extra days longer than I had planned, but in ancient low energy standards, I am quite lazy. So, as the title says, this is going to be a retrospective of last year. At the time of recording, it is currently the 7th of January, 2026. And we're going to talk about 2025. This is going to be completely off the cuff, so classic, making words sound weird, rambling, the standard stuff. Don't even need this. Um, I'll start with just saying to everyone who showed up here brand new and anyone returning, thank you. Um, I hope I have brought you joy, interesting content, and if nothing else, something to listen to in the background on a second screen while you're zonked out, coming out of your phone. Maybe even this video will do something like that. It's all good. So let's get into it, shall we? First things first, I want to talk about 2025 as a year for most people. Then I'll talk about how it related to me as a human ape, which will include the channel and not include the channel. Because the channel is a big part of my life. Maybe not as big as it used to be. I rather enjoy the communities around it more than actually putting stuff out some days. Other days it's the exact opposite. um but first, 2025 as a year. For most people it was pretty bad. Um even people who wanted things to happen have been finding themselves completely disillusioned. And of course, most people will be thinking I'm talking about Trump. Honestly, no, not just Trump. There is a world beyond Trump. Even if he sometimes forgets that himself. But there has been a lot of downsides of last year. You know, we saw the massive rise of AI that doesn't seem to be stopping, even though it's completely artificial in more ways than one, and doomed for a colossal failure. It is a self fulfilling prophecy of doom. Every year, corporations and companies put more money and more effort into AI thinking it will work, more than crypto, more than NFTs. Though you'll see a lot of the same people who praise those doing this. And because of that, they need to make sure more people are using AI. Mandatory in some cases, and exclusive in others. Pretty soon there won't be options in some things. At the time of recording, graphics cards are like skyrocketing in price because they're not really for gamers anymore. They're not really for people who want a PC. They're going to be all there to promote AI. Um, and it's going to end badly in a lot of different ways. And hopefully, some companies will be like, okay, we're going to have to declare bankruptcy if we keep putting money into this because we're not seeing any returns. And you won't really see returns for a lot of times. But it's bad. It's bad. And while, I might dabble with AI here and there for, just role play or something like that for the sake of it, I'd gladly just snap my fingers and have it gone. Um, Beyond that, obviously, we have big old wars. Wars, wars, wars. I might enjoy a good strategy game here and there. I just finished my trillionth game of Hearts of Iron recently. But I don't like war in real life. Big shock. And not only do we still have Ukraine and we still have the slaughter going on in, well, any war zone really, in Gaza, but we also had the war in Yemen, and people forgot about that, and stuff going on in Sudan, and stuff going on in um, Southeast Asia. While technically um, not related to last year, we saw all the craziness going on in the Caribbean with the Americans, and the Chinese were ramping up around Taiwan, and there was border clashes at the start of last year in India. When it's getting really hard to look at this world and feel safe. Um, I think it's fair to say that the post World War II sense that we can sit down and set up a series of rules and regulations and try to follow them, that's kind of dead. Um, and I'd like to be wrong because, the UN gave us a sense of maybe getting things together. The EU looked like it could become some sort of mega power block, and I don't know. We even had high hopes for Russia post Soviet Union, and then in the 90s, I remember that. That's the thing, like linear time's going to screw things over. And we're seeing results of some long series of events. Obviously, then we have climate change. A lot of. Oddly enough, Ireland's weather last year wasn't the worst. Normally, our area gets really bad winters. We didn't have that bad of a winter. Didn't have a bad of an early start of the year winter either. And the summer wasn't that humid. No major storm. We had one storm, I think. But, other countries had earthquakes and floods and God knows what else. Um, Almost like some sort of change to the climate is happening. That would be woke, wouldn't it? Prices gone up, housing prices skyrocketed. Jesus. TV shows got lamer. Again, AI rearing its ugly head in a lot of anime. And it wasn't all doom and gloom. A lot of good things happened last year. But, also in this community, we lost two big names. We lost the one and only Pimp Monk, John, and we lost Cobes, Joshua, Joshua Saunders. And I think I'm moped enough about both of those deaths. It's time we live. I think the mourning period is finished. But it did help to remind a lot of people, myself included, to not take anyone for granted. Because you never know. You never know when the next person's going to die. I don't want to be too morbid about it. But over the course of this year, we will lose other people in this community. Big names, small names. It's a tragedy, but this is the way it is. This is life. This is the linear progression of things. Um, yeah, for a lot of people last year, the year was horrible. It was the worst year. And you can joke and say the worst year so far. But the thing is, on my personal front, last year was really good. Last year was really good for me on a personal level. Whether it be romantic, whether it be physical. I was taking way better care of my body. And I'm feeling the results. I think it's fair to say I am no longer worthy of the title low energy, if I ever really was. I am a creature of manicness these days. Gibbering lunacy. I'm rather okay with that. The mad god's blessing, indeed. I mean, look at me. I'm goddamn in a snuggie. I love this thing. Like I said, good few things happened, including getting the snuggie. I also drank less and reached that point in giving up drink as much that it really doesn't become much of a struggle to go a few extra weeks without it. And, the end result, that means more money. That means bills are less scary and the rent gets paid sooner and the things that you want are more within reach. But I'll never stop drinking. I don't want to stop drinking. I just would like it not to control my life nearly as much and to make the times I do drink special. With people I care about. That's another thing. While Bearded Ramblings ended last year, UFF started. I don't know if I introduced Commissar Feelgood, a good friend of mine, to this group last year, but they definitely made more of an impact. I also, on that topic, through her, have met other people locally. That's another thing. I have a social group now. In the flesh. People recognize me. Not as a streamer, because that would be weird. But I do get asked about the streams from time to time. But they mostly just know me because I get out and about. And I interact. I touch grass. Occasionally, yes. I set myself a big list at the start of the year. And I need to now make a new one. But I'll make a pledge now because, for the record, a lot of what I did and I succeeded at was a New Year's resolution. Normally, New Year's resolutions fail and you feel bad and then you overcompensate or you give in to your crappier elements. But for me, it was the opposite. I don't know why, but I just nailed it last year in a lot of ways. And I kind of feel guilty as a result of that. Because I had a good year when so many people had a bad year. But you can't beat yourself up too much over that. All you can do is just go, well, I hope it gets better for you. Now, as for me going into 2026, I have 4 flights planned. We'll see if that pans out. UFF is still going strong. I have a few other ideas floating around for shows. And they all look doable as well. But in my off-stream thing, I'm going to work out more. Including the workout streams, ironically enough. I'm going to try harder to earn my very relaxed lifestyle. And I'm also going to learn to enjoy it more. That sounds paradoxical, but I get stuck in a rut of 1 or 2 nice things to do. And I kill entire days doing them. including my back, because I'm usually sitting right here doing it, I can still game for hours and hours, but less hours. Because I find myself now playing that for a little bit and then stopping it and then wanting to go and do something else. Usually off this chair. Even sitting at this chair now, I'm like, oh, I haven't done me stretches in a bit. I need to work on my posture as well. That's another thing. I'm a tall motherfucker. I loom. But I have a hunched thing. No, 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 no. I have every right to look down at people and be like, "Hello, small people." You know, I gotta do that, and the only way to do that is to work on my damn posture. I doing so well with my weights that it's only a matter of time until I can start, you know, thinking of upgrading them. Starting to hit a wall on my 15s. Maybe it's time for some 30s. That would be an achievement. I need to work on my I need to work on my wardrobe. I've got some plans for that. I need to work on my honestly I need to go through all my books. I have so many backlog books. And of course, I got all my TV shows that I've been needing to watch for ages. Currently doing that with Discord. Link in the doobly doo. At least hopefully I'm smart enough to put the link in the doobly doo. Basically, what I was doing last year, I want to do more of it, but more. I also want to make more videos, but I don't know on what topics. The shorts do well. The shorts do very well. But I don't really have something I want to make a video of, except for the trips. But sometimes there's so little footage that I end up just making them into a short anyway. As I'd say, you won't be getting any videos this year. You're getting one right now. You got one prior. But I think going forward, I should focus on, especially over on Twitch, one game, and I will just destroy that. I will absolutely destroy it. Woo! There that goes. So I can mill through these games one after another. And the faster I can do that, the faster we can do a checklist. Because a lot of people want me to play, say, Souls-like games. And I want to play some Souls-like games, but, you know, I want to also finish all these other games first, so... In non-gaming ways, I need to do just more streams just off the cuff. Let's go and talk bull to the shit. And let's go and have a and let's watch like some random videos. I need to I need to just get into a good rhythm, basically. If I can get into a good rhythm, I can get into anything. But one thing I've noticed is that people have been showing up to my streams for years. I'm at the point now where I have a rogues gallery of familiar faces. And as much as I love yous, I wouldn't be against increasing that number. Whether you be on stream with me or just watching it down there. But whether you're a lurker or whether you are a long-time viewer or whether you're watching this months from now, Then you're like, oh yeah, I didn't know him at the time. Maybe even years. I hope you have a fantastic 2026. Because I intend to. This isn't hopium. This isn't copium. This is realanium. And I'm gonna fuse it to my heart. Life is rough, but it's the only one we get. And it's also really goddamn cool. So I highly recommend you start living yours, because I intend to live mine. Take care. Oh, treat your back with more respect than I did. And I will be seeing you guys pretty soon. Bye.